Bless the house of Mumbi.
Mama Africa, Mama Universe, bless the house of Mumbi.
Greetings, family, and welcome to another special message from the Great Mothers. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life very much in your own story. It's all about this, family. It's all about this. And now more than ever before, it's like the portals or the gateways have been opened where we can move out of just being trapped so much in our physical mind and our physical body. And we can actually move into the realms of like imagination, into the realms of, dreaming and actually manifesting your most wonderful, most beautiful dreams here on earth, family. But those are definitely stories for other days. Special shout out to everyone that supports us on Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting us on that platform, and every single person who sends us donations. And we are advertising on both the Dr. Mumbi show and the Dr. Mumbi spiritual show. So if you have a product or a service that you would like to spread to the world, definitely get in touch. Dr. Mumbi at drmumbishow.com. So, the message right now, family, and this may sound, I feel like I've shared this message before, but the main message from the Great Mothers is that you are not alone, and that now your body has actually become like a counsel for your soul family that are not here in the physical, for your spiritual family. And so instead of you just doing battle here on earth with your own mind, because this is our vehicle, let's say the earth, they've tried to make it like a game because they've limited us so much physically. They tried to make it a game where everything had to come from action. Everything had to come from doing something with this body in order to get a return. But now we've opened up the realms, family, of feeling, of emotion, of higher thinking, a more sophisticated thinking. And what this has happened, and a lot of us have connected with our spiritual family in very deep and intense ways, family. But because we have moved into spiritual time, and because we are now, it's like the earth is mingling with heaven, if I can put it like that. Like it's all interconnected. Before, the earth was so hard that it was here, and like heaven was here, so they could never be that connection. But now we're in spiritual time. We've ascended, if you want to call it that. We've gone from this rock bottom situation to now mingling with the ethers. And what has happened is that we've also expanded our minds and expanded our bodies, family. And now our bodies have actually become not just a vehicle. Before it was like we had a bicycle or a car, depending on your mental thinking, to move around on this realm. But it is literally now a spaceship where you have a council of souls moving with you, giving you instructions, giving you information. And the most important thing, family, is to make that a reality in your mind. And this counsel, depending on your different gifts, whether you have the gift of spiritual sight or the gift of spiritual hearing, they communicate with them and you feel them and resonate with them in very different ways, family. And the way you'll know that this spiritual counsel is active in your life is because all of a sudden, your intelligence will go from like one person to like 12 people. There's just certain things you'll know about. There's certain remedies you'll be aware of. It's like I recently had like a minor digestion problem. I went and ate in the village near my farm, and when I came home, I was feeling a bit off, and I just felt the spirit say, put cloves, get this, get that, put it together, create a tincture, let it sleep overnight, and then just start taking a spoon. Family, this is not knowledge I'm aware of, but I literally made a herbal remedy. And then once I had put it all together, and as it was like soaking, I kind of Googled all the different properties that the spirit had told me to put in this like medicinal tincture. And it was dealing with every, like the indigestion thing, any little thing I was feeling in my body, family. And this is how you know that you are no longer moving alone, that you have now connected to your counsel. And depending on your bloodline, depending on your spiritual, where you're from as a star seed, as a spiritual being, it determines who you have at your disposal. Errol. Sorry, family. Errol's busy digging a hole somewhere. No, 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 no. So depending on who you are as an ancestor, where you are on your, spiritually, how expanded your thinking is, how sophisticated your thinking is, because a lot of the higher realms, family, of connecting to the Most High, of connecting to your ancestors, of connecting to the ancient ones, it's now mind. And if you're a visual person, you may get different images of it. If you're a sound person, you may get different sounds that are beyond this realm. But the biggest thing, family, is you'll just all of a sudden start to have like expertise and knowledge that you could never have had, that would have taken you another lifetime. It's like different lifetimes have come online. There's many ways that this can be explained if we were to go much deeper. But just know that you are operating now with intelligences that are beyond what you know. And so you can ask. And so that's why it's so important now more than ever, family, to have a time in the day where you are alone, where you are in quiet contemplation. And it doesn't mean you have to be sitting somewhere. It's nice to sit somewhere, or to sit in nature, to sit under a tree. Remember, I told you, if you're honored and lucky and blessed enough to have a garden, pick a tree that you will make a mother tree, that you will give offerings to, and connect to nature in that way, because one tree is connected to all trees and all of nature. We are all we're connected to everything, family. And the great mothers want us to concentrate on really feeling that connection to everything. Because the way the world is designed, it's made us concentrate so much on our connection to other human beings. And because of our imbalance, family, some of those connections have brought us into a lower mind. Some of them have broken our hearts and created this distortion in our emotional body. Things that are really don't exist, like separation and isolation, competition, have become ways of life. It's like I tell you, family, there's certain like dark terms in the Agikoyo language, and I would like to expand that to the Bantu language, that don't exist. And so it's become common, like a common habit, to insert the English word because there is just no such word, because that did not exist in our reality. And this has been the damage of human interaction. Like I've said this so many times on this show, family, like words like rape, words like criminals and crimes, those things, those words did not exist in our ancient tongues. All the negative words that we concentrate on weren't there. And so by connecting with nature more, especially in this need to spend time alone, because that's how you're going to advance and learn these new aspects of yourselves. Learn who these spiritual comrades, spiritual family, who they are. Learn what they bring to the table. There are those who, I call them the elite chosen ones, because now everyone thinks they're chosen. But hey, if you want to choose yourself on this journey, it's not easy, but with the elite chosen ones, family, it's like we're on the avatar path, which basically means that we have allies from the fire nation, the water nation, the air nation, and the nation of Mama Earth, the people of the soil. And being chosen means that in this lifetime where we get to be so-called messiahs, saviors of bloodlines, saviors of imagination, saviors of memory, resurrectors of memory, resurrectors of dead ideas. We are called now, the real mastery, the real saving is when you can now tap into the allies of all these four nations. Excuse me. And work with those allies to become a master creator, a master manifester. And it's all about here, family. And the only way to even tap into that is to release the lower mind, family. Because you can't think high thoughts while you're thinking, while you're frustrated, while you're angry, while you're emotional. And a lot of us, the reason we're not even moving on higher levels, on these avatar levels where we're literally like walking magicians, is because we're still too emotional. And I guess that's where I'll end this message on. Is if you really want to experience power, family, if you really want, and I guess a lot of us now, the power we want is just the power to be able to break out of the mental slavery of Babylon, the wage slavery, just the entire system, and to be able to define life and live life, what they're calling now a soft life, a life where there are no obligations and deadlines and all this stuff, and we can just be. Break out of this thing of having to do, having to be too much in our physical, having to always act to live, where we can just be to live. And in order to do that, we have to heal and rebalance our emotional body, which is where the healing comes in, which is what I've been stressing for so long, family. But those are stories for other days.
Mother has been forgotten for so long, and she has been forsaken by